Shalom, beautiful people. How are you today? You know what I just realized before I turn this on? I have these books over here. And my book is not over there. Like, I need to put my book in the background. If you guys are interested, it's available on the website. Fuck it. It's first of all, it's not just my book. It's a collection of stories from, I think it's 5 different chapters, 5 different authors. But it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I was just told I should go grab it and show you guys. So hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay. All the things. This is the book. Right, it is actually available on the website. So if you guys are interested, like I said, it's a collection of, look, your story is not over, rising from the ashes. It says, sorry, I got distracted by this quote. It says, is a collection of real life stories by women who have learned how to love and accept themselves after years of struggling to figure out what their purpose in this life is. Bing, bang, boom. Super amazing. I'll show you guys mine. I think mine is chapter 5. The Survivor's Calling is what I called it. Look, it's mine. So much fun. All right. Anyways, so a couple things I feel like are changing. I do have a download, so we're going to get into the downloads right away. Okay, if you notice, I have a hood on today. I was putting this shirt on, and I was told to wrap my head. And I asked if a hood is acceptable. And I was told it was. So I have a feeling that from now on, I'm going to be wrapping my head. So that's a new thing that I'm going to have to learn. Another thing, I know last reading I had mentioned the Anunnaki. And I'm still doing research on it. So I don't want to, I don't want to jump into it until I have time to actually sit and truly meditate on the information that I've gathered and what I've been given. What I will say is that it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know if you guys have ever researched the Anunnaki or if you guys have ever found yourself intrigued by the information. I have not until I was told to. So if it's something that you're interested in, if you have information about it that you think I would be interested in, I would so greatly appreciate it, because I'm one of those people that I love to research and do all the things before I just have a conversation about it, which is why I was having such a hard time last reading with just getting the downloads, right? Not that I don't trust the downloads, but for me, it's easier to present the information in a certain type of way. That's just me and my thing. So here we are. Again, I hope you guys are doing fabulous. If you're here, thank you for being here. If you're new, my name is Sarah Davis. I am the CEO and founder of AscendingLifestyle.com. If you are interested in a personal reading, I am accepting at this time. As of Monday, my prices will be going up and the 10% discount code will be going away. So if you are interested, I would do it now, basically. It doesn't have to be done by Monday, but it has to be paid for by Monday. So these are the deals I made. These are the deals I made with God. So let's get into the downloads, okay? It's a long one. It's a long one. And I'm not going to lie that this download, The extension of this download came from my research into the Anunnaki. So it's kind of all wrapping itself into one. But last reading, I was mentioning the idea of karma being macro and dharma being micro. Okay. So here's it's really funny because after I did that reading, I had a call with my friend Moira. She's from the UK and she's a Buddhist. So in her teachings, she learns about all of this stuff. So I asked her about dharma and karma. So through our conversation and after I had done that video, basically what I was downloaded from this concept of karma is macro right now and dharma is micro. Everything is so within, so without, as above, so below, right? So this is just kind of a concept. So we have been talking about unmasking ourselves and allowing our authentic self to be shown and to be seen, to be loved, to be heard. So the idea that the karma is macro is the idea of other outside egos playing a part in concealing and you feeling like you need to conceal your internal dharma, which dharma means truth. So your internal dharma, which is your authentic self. That's basically what I was getting from it. So I'm going to reread the sentence from last week, or I keep saying last week. I think I had this download last week. That's why I keep saying it. I don't know. But the reading was this week. Where is it? Okay. Okay, so this is actually the sentence that I was processing it with. So it says, this can do with addiction and breaking that cycle. So the addiction and the cycle is karma, right? Because it's karmic cycle, right? So this can do with the addiction and breaking that cycle. So that's karma that numbs the truth, which is your dharma, of what's actually calling to you. I hope this is making sense. If this doesn't make sense, please go back to the last reading. And then I kind of just got like, karma is the ego. Your karmic cycles are generated from your ego. So if you're breaking a karmic cycle and you're trying to bypass addiction right now, it's not a bypass, but that's the word that came to me, so I'm going to stick with it. If you're trying to bypass, Lord help me now. Help me now. If you're trying to bypass addiction and break that karmic cycle, the ego is what keeps you in it. And your internal truth, your dharma, is what helps you come out of it. I have a feeling that your shadow and dharma is connected, because a lot of your internal truth, a lot of your internal struggle actually lies within the shadow. And if you're breaking certain karmic cycles, and if you're trying to move past an addiction right now, you have to do shadow work. Because in order to get to the root of the reason why your ego is keeping you in that place, in that comfort zone, in a sense, then you have to be able to get to the truth. You have to be able to get to the root. And the only way that you can do that is through dharma. Okay, so that's the wrap up of that one. Again, I hope that made sense. Okay, so we're going to move into another download. Again, this is long, so I don't know how long we're going to be here today. I have open time right now. So hopefully last week I was kind of like, I'm done. I'm done with the reading. I'm done. So let's see what happens. Okay, so this says, sorry, I have my laptop because I record on my phone. I don't like that. Let's do this. Okay. Says God was nothing but wanted to be something. So God created something out of nothing so that God could then exist. God is nothing and something at the same time. This is why free will is such an important aspect of existence, because you as an individual can choose to be something or nothing at the same time. It's all a choice. Choices hold an energetic vibration that can be transmuted into positive or negative forces, but one doesn't have to be exclusive to the other. I'm going to read that again. Choices hold an energetic vibration that can be transmuted into positive or negative forces, but one does not have to be exclusive to the other. I want to explain that sentence because this also came from the conversation that I had with Moira around karma and dharma. So the way that she explained it was, through the conversation that we were having, she came up with this example. She was like, so if you knew that someone was going to push a button and it was going to kill thousands of people, and the only way that you could stop that person from doing that thing is from killing that person instead to save those thousands of people, you would receive karma in both positive and negative ways. You're going to receive karma because you took someone's life, right? So that's the negative karma. But you can also receive positive karma because you saved thousands of lives. So the choices that you make, this is so important right now because I feel like please help me with this. Okay, I just heard let's pray. I prayed before we came on here, but I want to pray with you guys real quick because I just have a feeling this is going to go somewhere and I don't know where it's going to go, okay? So, Mother God, Father God, Heavenly Spirit, I thank you for the lessons received and the lessons yet to come. I thank you for the conscious awareness that you have not just given me, but the collective as a whole. I thank you for any messages that we receive. I pray that I receive the messages in the way in which you intend for me to receive them so that I can communicate them in the way in which you intend for me to communicate them. I pray that any visions that I may get, I see them clearly so that I can communicate them clearly. I pray that you guide me and protect me at this time. I pray that you guide and protect the collective at this time in the ways in which you do, in the ways in which we don't see, in the ways in which we are unaware of. Ancestors, ascended masters, spiritual teams, archangels. I'm going to say Anunnaki because, again, it's coming up. Anunnaki. We thank you for the love, the guidance, the protection. We thank you for everything that is and everything that is not. We would be nothing without you. So glory be to the Most High forever and ever. Amen. Okay. I lost my spot now, but that's okay. I basically explained that last sentence. I'm going to go through the last sentence again. So choices hold an energetic vibration that can be transmuted into positive or negative forces, but one doesn't have to be exclusive to the other. There can be both positive and negative in a single choice. The lesson or consciousness that comes from that choice is the purpose of choice itself. The lesson or consciousness that comes from that choice is the purpose of choice. Okay, I feel like this is being highlighted right now. Because the reason why we are in existence is because God made a choice to allow us to exist. God made a choice to be something. God made a choice to expand its own consciousness, and the way that it could expand its own consciousness is through us. It's an energetic vibration. It's through our consciousness, through the roles that we play. And understanding the choices that people make because God is all knowing. So God knows why we make the choices that we make, right? And allowing us to have the free will to make those choices gives God's consciousness and awareness, allows that consciousness and awareness to expand out further. This consciousness and awareness does not only exist in our plane of sight, in our plane of being, right? This consciousness and awareness has played out in different forms, in different beings, in different sites, in different perspectives. The way that we honor this and, accept this, the way that we honor this and accept this is by allowing our beliefs to be challenged. And this is why we have free will. We have the choice as a collective if we want to move in a higher, expanded lifestyle, or if we want to regress is what I heard. I don't even know if that's a word. We're going to use it because you guys know what I'm talking about, okay? We're just going to go with it. What I want to know right now, before I get into anything else, what I want to know right now is why we're talking about this. Why does this need to be discussed? What does this have to do with the new year? Because it has to do with the new year. Oops. I heard pivotal points. Okay. There's things that are happening within our society right now, and it's a pivotal moment. Even if you're like me and you don't pay attention to the news and stuff like that, right now is a time to I just heard put your efforts into the positive. Heard intuition. Don't think that you as the individual don't have that impact. We've been talking about this with the ripple effect. You choosing, you having the free will to make these positive choices is having a larger impact, even if you feel like it's not. Even if you see what's going on in the world and how crazy it feels and how crazy it seems, part of that is because there's a divide, there's a continuation of this divide that's happening, and it's also a continuation of your individual ascension process. If you're here, if you are listening to me, and if you have been following me, you are on a specific journey, right? You're on a specific journey to help the collective in their own ascension, in their own clear look. Okay, hold on. Your individual journey is having a larger impact than you can even fathom. You can't see the magnitude. I just heard magnitude. Sorry, I might get emotional again. This is how it goes. You guys, just bear with me. You can't see the magnitude in your individual choices because you're so in it that it's hard to do that thing that we've been talking about with taking yourself outside of yourself. It can be very difficult to do that, especially when your life feels like shit. Or if you're like me and this anxiety has just been plaguing you and you have no idea why, you've never dealt with anxiety before, but I've come to understand that because I do what I do here and because what I do in my everyday life, of course I'm going to be feeling the feels that the collective is feeling. And of course you as an individual in turn is going to be feeling the feels of what the collective is going through at this time too, because you are an energetic being. You have the ability to do what I do. You have the ability to turn inwards and to really ask God to give you or to magnify your own gifts. This is another thing that we need to do as a collective right now. Ask God to magnify our gifts so that we can in turn see and feel the impact that our individual choices is actually having. Because when we don't have the perspective and when we can't actually see how our individual choices is impacting the collective, then it feels like the things that we do on a regular basis mean absolutely fucking nothing. And if you watch the news, right, they're going to tell you all day long that your individual choices mean absolutely fucking nothing. Or they're going to fearmonger you. And they're going to put this lower vibrational energy into you. So the collective at this time, look, and storytellers on the bottom. So we have smudging ceremony and storyteller on the bottom. What I'm getting from this right now is a way that you're able to clear and make room for the new energy that's coming in this month and to really so my downloads have been extremely abstract, but I feel like the consciousness of God is an abstract consciousness. So in order for you to be able to, in turn, understand or ground in these abstract ideas that might be flowing through you at this time, is by clearing out your energy and by sharing it. I don't know how you share it. Expressing it is what I heard. There's an expression that needs to be had within the collective. I'm actually going to read smudging ceremony because I feel like there's something in it. And I did ask why the collective is needing to receive this at this time. Look, it says let go of the past. Purify, detox, release whatever doesn't serve or support you in your life. Cleanse your body and environment by doing space clearing and clutter clearing. Excuse me. Let go of the old, discarded, and unused to make way for new energy and new beginnings. Eat lightly, drink lots of fresh water, and consume food with strong life force. Okay, so I feel like this is the reason why the collective needs to understand the power in their own free will and the power in their own individual choices, is because this year, I can't even explain to you, I just heard the mark of the year. This year is marking a new beginning in so many new and different ways. I don't even know what it is. But the way that we're able to receive and prepare for this newness that is coming in and this shift that's coming in is by doing that. It's by clearing, it's by detoxing, it's by expanding your consciousness by pushing your own boundaries. I keep on seeing the collective, like, I actually have a card with this picture on it. It's like, I see, okay. I can see the collective, like, shouldering this veil, and like, I gotta show you because I can't explain it. It's like you're shouldering this veil, and the veil is your own, it's your own boundary of your own consciousness, and the collective is trying to push through it right now because we don't want to go backwards into what used to be, and we don't want to move forward into what into the fear-based space, right? So the collective is trying to be like, we don't want this, we don't want that. This has to, wow, this has to do, sorry, I just got, this has to do with the whole paving your own trail, right? We talked about this in the last reading too. Making and paving your own trail. There are people within the collective, and if you're here, you're a part of it. There are people within the collective who are saying no to this and no to that, and they want a new fucking trail. And I can see you guys in the ether, literally pushing up against this veil. And together, I'm hearing together is how we actually pop this fucking bubble. I heard that's plaguing us. It's a plague, man. Ugh. I don't like that word. If you could tell by my face was like, ugh. Plague. Let's not. I call bullshit. This is it. Thank you so much. Yeah, see? You see how she's pushing up against this veil? And actually, I really love it that the moon is in this card because there's more that needs to be revealed to the collective. We're just not ready for it yet. But we need to keep pushing against this veil. And part of pushing against this veil is the individual healing. It is the individual knowing. It is the individual truth. It is speaking your dharma. It is allowing your authentic self to be seen and to be heard and to be felt, right? Allowing your authentic self to express itself, however it is that you choose to express yourself, right? Allow yourself to do these things. Make the choice to do this. Sorry, I just got a text. I always check it when my mom texts me because for those of you who don't know, she had a stroke about a year ago now. Well, over a year ago now. So whenever she texts, I'm like, what is it? Okay, let's continue on with the download. I hope this is making sense, collective. Okay. So after that, okay, what I want to do is what we're doing now. I'm going to go through and break this stuff down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to it and just read it all at once so that you guys can hear it in a flow. Okay, so it's not so choppy. All right, it says this ties in with, so the last sentence was the lesson or consciousness that comes from that choice is the purpose of choice, right? Because the purpose of our experience here on earth is the lessons that we receive, right? That is a part of our purpose here on earth. This ties in with soul contracts that we accept upon coming into any dimension that we exist in. Since God instilled free will into our existence through its own free will to become something, then we have the free will to deny the continuation of any soul contract at any point in time. Okay. So this, okay. I don't know why I heard twin flames. This whole concept of twin flames, which I don't really know if I buy into. I think I don't know enough about it, honestly. I haven't done any type of research into it. It's never been something that's drawn me, but I do think that we do come into this plane with certain soul contracts with other individual souls, and we are meant to receive the lessons from those souls. But if at any point you choose to say no more to a specific soul contract, you have the ability to tap out of that contract. And I don't know why this is significant, honestly. I have no idea why this is significant at this point. But what needs to be said and what needs to be told to the collective is that your higher self, if you are wanting to say no, if you know that you have a soul contract with something and you want to say no to it, but people around you are being like, well, you should continue that soul contract because it's a soul contract. The reason why you want to say no is because it's not just coming from you, as above, so below. It's coming from your higher self. Your higher self is telling you, we don't have to continue this soul contract. We can say no. We can make that choice because we have the free will to choose what it is that we experience on this earth and the lessons that we get from it. I don't know who this is for, but this is very fucking specific. If you know that you have a soul contract with a person, place, situation, thing, I don't fucking know, and you have come to a point in your current existence, in your current form, to where you're like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I no longer agree to this situation. This is not what I signed up for. I no longer need this. Right? You have the right to revoke. I heard revoke. You have the right to revoke that soul contract and say, no, I choose higher, or I choose this path. I don't need that path. I choose this one. And I can have confidence in saying that I no longer want this soul contract. This can do with addiction too. I just heard that. This can do with addiction. This can do with a karmic cycle of addiction within your family. This can do with a karmic cycle of certain behaviors and relationships that you accept, or that generationally speaking, your bloodline has accepted. This can do with your relationship with the government. This can do with your relationship with religion. This can do with your relationship with Mother Earth, is what I heard in Father Sky. Like this goes very deep, and there's so many different aspects. But if you want to change, if you have this inner, like, and your intuition is telling you, you no longer need this. You no longer need to adhere to this mindset, to this sort of paradigm. That is coming from not just you, but it's coming from your higher self. So you can have faith in that. You can trust that. And you do have the free will to say no more, right? No more. I don't need this lesson anymore. I don't need to fulfill this cycle. I need to break this cycle. Okay, and I forgot where I was. Allowing us to choose a higher frequency and a higher consciousness while at the same time ascending the dark through that choice. I'm going to have to reread this. I'll reread it later. Okay. If everything is happening now and at the same time, then that means we have the ability to ascend the past as well as the present and future through these choices of ascending or higher consciousness, which is what I talk about with the ripple effect, right? And then it says, oh, and this has to do with the anxiety. This has to do with, I just heard the smudging ceremony. This has to do with the smudging ceremony too. A way to clear and detoxify your energy is through breathing exercises. Like, this is really important right now. The way that you can restabilize yourself if you're feeling pretty like how I was with the anxiety, like random anxiety, I'm hearing that the morning time is really good for this. If you want to do this before you go to bed, that's perfectly fine too. But breathing exercises are how we realign and actually heal, or have the ability, to heal our physical bodies. So in the collective, so if the collective is in a state of anxiety, then including a breathing meditation in our everyday discipline is going to help clear the mind as well. That's right in alignment with the smudging ceremony, right? This is going to help us. I just heard too, this is going to help us to clear out the clutter that's blocking us from being able to expand our consciousness. And I was just told to reread it. So I'm going to reread it all the way through, no interrupt. Yeah, I just started laughing. Sorry. I was going to say no interruptions. And I just heard, really? Do you know that? Knowing you, there's going to be an interruption. Okay. All right. So from the top, God was nothing but wanted to be something. So God created something out of nothing so that God could then exist. God is nothing and something at the same time. This is why free will is such an important, I just heard karma and dharma. Karma and dharma is nothing and something at the same time. Here's me. I'm not going to interrupt this. So I'll read that last sentence again. God is nothing and something at the same time. This is why free will, I'm so sorry. I can hear my ancestors just fucking dying laughing at me. It's really funny. I hear you guys too laughing like this bitch. This is why free will is such an important aspect of existence, because you as an individual can choose to be something or nothing at the same time. It's all a choice. Choices hold an energetic vibration that can be transmuted into positive or negative forces, but one doesn't have to be exclusive to the other. There can be both positive and negative in a single choice. The lesson or consciousness that comes from that choice is the purpose of choice. This ties in with the soul contracts that we accept upon coming into any dimension that we exist in. Since God instilled free will into our existence through its own free will, to become something, then we have the free will to deny the continuation of any soul contract at any point in time, allowing us to choose a higher frequency and a higher consciousness while at the same time ascending the dark through that choice. That's shadow work. If everything is happening now and at the same time, then that means we have the ability to ascend the past as well as the present and future through these choices of ascending or higher consciousness, which is the ripple effect. Breathing exercises are how we realign and actually heal or have the ability to heal our physical bodies. So if the collective is in a state of anxiety, then including a breathing meditation in our everyday disciplines is going to help clear the mind as well. Okay? Oh my gosh, we're already 40 minutes in, you guys. Holy moly. We're here. We're doing it. You're doing it, Peter. You're doing it. If you know, you know. I mean, that's an old school one, man. If you know, you know. So let's go ahead. That's a lot of information. But I do want to go ahead and do, let's pull some cards, okay? Let's get some cards going. My knees are killing me, man. Ouch, 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 ouch. This is what I get when I sit Indian style for like hours at a time. Because I was doing all the things before this too. So, holy hell cats. Okay, let's get some of this. I love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. I truly do. I really love doing this. I really do. Like, I enjoy it so much. Even when I sometimes am like, ugh, right? I really love doing this. Like, I really love just what we do here. So I appreciate you guys very, very much. If you guys have any questions or if you guys have any comments to help with what this download, right? Please comment below. I would really love to hear it. Again, if you have any information, like if you've ever done any type of research on the Anunnaki, if you don't want to comment below, you can also email me. It's info@ascendinglifestyle.com. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it. I am going to do something like this with the Anunnaki reading. I don't know if I will pull cards during that. I might just straight up channel. Well, obviously this is channeling too, but I might just, I don't know how that's gonna go. I don't know how it's gonna go, because man, what I found out so far, I'm like, it's yet to come. I'm really excited about it. Okay, so what are we doing here? No. Hood. We were told to wrap our head. We need to honor that. Okay. I need to learn how to wrap my hair. Okay, so the new year is in 2 days. Let's just get an energetic poll right now. Any other messages that the collective needs to hear at this time. If we want to do one card, that's perfectly fine. We can do just one card. That works for me. You don't have to hold these beautiful beings up too much. All right, I keep on staring at the ancestor oracles. So, I forgot I did that. Oops. I usually put, I just got attacked by my cards. I usually put my cards in and the booklet on top, but last reading, I don't know why I did that. Last reading, I don't know. I was in a whole different space. So. Oops. Okay. Thank you so much for all the messages received. We are truly, truly grateful. God, I'm starving. Thank you so much. Upskill, work, career, crossroads. We're just talking about crossroads and back to basics. Okay, I'm going to read this out of the book. And I just heard one and done. So this is going to be our closing message for this whole reading. Again, I thank you guys for being here. I love you guys so much. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna read the whole thing. Okay, so the philosophies, I'm getting really giddy, like super childish, like energy. I hope this is how you guys are feeling after that reading. Like, yeah, we're doing big things here. That's what I just heard. We're doing big things. I love it. Okay, so the philosophy, sciences and technologies of the ancient Greek civilization had a significant impact on many other cultures. Education was highly valued and focused on the arts of peace and war. Wealthy Greek children studied art, literature, science, maths, and politics. Usually the boys were taught at home until they were 6 years old. After this, they went to school, where they furthered their studies, learning poetry, debate, and how to play a musical instrument. Oh, God. My knees. When boys were 18, They attended military school for 2 years. Boys from poorer families were not sent to school. They were trained in a trade or craft on the job, but would also learn the basics of reading, writing, and arithmetic. Most Greek girls did not attend school unless they were from a wealthy family. If a mother could read and write, she might teach her daughter to read, write, do simple math, and keep accounts alongside domestic duties so she could better manage a household. In the Greek state of Sparta, this is so funny. I was literally just talking about Sparta last night with my girl. We did a reading. We didn't do a reading. We had a call together. It's really funny. In the Greek state of Sparta, the primary purpose of education was to produce and maintain a powerful army. Spartan military school was challenging. Everything in the Spartan education system was about war and battle. Spartan girls also attended military school. Their school was not as brutal as the boys, but they were all taught how to handle a weapon and kill. They could also wrestle and fist fight. Why is this coming out? I just heard understanding your own strength. The ancestors speak. It says you are stuck at a crossroads and more information or education is the way forward. Upskilling or studying may be the solution to a career or finance issue. It is time for a change. Empowering yourself with new skills and knowledge will help you direct that change. You are ready to make a positive shift, but may have been underestimating your ability to study or master something new. You do not necessarily need to do formal study at a college or university. Doing a short course, attending a seminar, or completing a weekend workshop might be a good place to start. And then divination meeting. Be curious and disciplined like the ancient Greek warriors. Do not settle for a job or career that does not suit you well. Ask yourself how you could stimulate your career progress and increase your opportunities. Be honest with yourself about what you could improve and take steps toward achieving what you want in your career. Now is the perfect time for you to go forward and make these changes. This is so funny. You guys are like, how is it funny, Sarah? I don't get it. Excuse me. I think it's funny because we've been talking about taking a trail that people in our haven't taken yet, right? We've also been talking about, we just spoke about how your individual choices have a huge impact on the collective. Staying true to what it is that you want, gaining the knowledge, shifting your own paradigms, saying cutting soul contracts, right? Like you have to move past just the words in these cards. Try and think, but this is abstract thinking right now. I'm sorry, I just got overwhelmed. This is like abstract thinking. So this isn't just talking about with career and education. This is talking about with soul contracts, right? If you want to say, I'm disciplined enough to say no more to this, and I'm going to have the discipline to ascend past whatever cycle it is that I'm trying to break. I just keep saying this. Like, it's like you're tossing it over your shoulder, whatever this is. An old career, an old paradigm, an old addiction, an old contract that doesn't serve you. The collective is doing this to shit that doesn't serve us. We're like, get rid of this shit. Get rid of this shit. We're ready to clear, cleanse, make room for new energy and new beginnings, right? This is talking about that. And then we have getting back to basics. Like, what are the disciplines? Look, and then we have clear your fucking mind. I can't. Collective. Hold true and stay true to what it is that you intuitively know is meant for you at this time. Do not buckle, I just heard. Do not buckle under the pressure. Don't do it. Nobody knows what's meant for you more than you do. I'm going to say that again. Nobody knows what's meant for you more than you do, collective. Do what you have to do to move in the direction that you intuitively know. You know when you're knower, men, that you're meant to do. Do what you have to do to move in that direction. Have the courage right now. Courage is so incredibly important. Understand your own strength, right? This card is talking about, this is so crazy because I was literally just talking to my girl last night about how we need Spartan men again. We need Spartan women again. I literally was just saying this. I was going on a rant though, honestly, and it just came out. I was like, we need Sparta. Sorry. But this is talking about understanding your own strength, honoring your own strength. Don't let other people feel like you're lesser than because of their own fucking ideology. Don't do that. We're saying no more. This is what we're tossing aside. Y'all's fear-based, goofy-ass shit. No. We trust and believe in God. We trust in Dharma. We trust in our authentic selves, in our own internal truth. And it's time for the collective to remove those masks and let that internal self, let that inner light fucking shine, baby. Woo-wee! I'm getting spicy again. And the sun just came out. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I said, it's all right. I love that song. It's the only Beatles song I like, straight up. All right. I think we're going to end it there. I'm getting a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, so I love you guys. Thank you again for being here. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, do what you do. I'll see you guys before the new year. I want to do another collective reading specifically on the new year, and I'm probably going to do it tomorrow, which is Sunday. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. And again, if you want a personal reading, all of the information is below. My prices are going up as of Monday. And I will no longer be offering the 10% discount code. So if you want to do a reading, it doesn't have to be done this week. You can schedule it out. I think I allow for 2 weeks out. So yeah. And readings are generally an hour, but they waver between 45 minutes and an hour and 15. It just depends on how much information needs to be given at the time. I love you guys. Thank you so much.